1967, the 55th Paratrooper Brigade of Commander Monty Gore broke through Jordanian defenses. What happened next resonated around the world and electrified the Jewish people. As Commander Gore broke radio silence with that declaration, it marked the first time the Jewish people controlled Judaism's holiest site in more than 2,000 years.
Within 6 days, we returned to the biblical land of Israel, all the mountains of Judea, Samaria, the Golan Heights. We returned to the Old City of Jerusalem, and the city is liberated and reunited. And here we are, 53 years later, a new government. Jerusalem is united. It's fabulous. It's the word of God coming out of the book, materializing, and becoming a reality in our times in front of our eyes.
Israel's victory in the Six-Day War stunned the world and became a turning point for Jewish immigration to the land of Israel.
Throughout the Old Testament, God says that he's going to draw the Jewish people back to the land. But what's interesting is that at that moment, when Mordecai Gur, the Israeli general, was said on the radio, the Temple Mount is in our hands. When that was broadcast, not just through Israel, but worldwide, it electrified Jewish communities all over the planet. The level of Aliyah, Jews leaving their exile countries and coming back to the land of their forefathers, skyrocketed in the years ahead.
Yet more than 50 years since the battle for Jerusalem, Rosenberg says Israel and its capital remain on the front lines.
Jerusalem is the epicenter. For 4,000 years, people have wanted this city, and they have fought hard to get it. And so the fact that Israel controls it today is biblical, it's prophetic, but it's also complicated. And we need to be praying for the peace of Jerusalem.
Today, we want to show you a prophetic shift that occurred when the Temple Mount came back into Jewish hands, opening the door to the building of the third Jewish temple. Some called it a kiss from heaven.
On June 7, 1967, Israeli Brigade Commander Moti Gore made an announcement that Jews had waited to hear for some 2,000 years. Retaking this ground was important for a number of reasons. For one, it's where King Solomon built the first Jewish temple. After the Babylonians destroyed it, Zerubbabel laid the foundation stone for a second temple that was later expanded by King Herod. It fell at the hands of the Romans in 70 AD. When Commander Gore declared that the Temple Mount was back in Jewish hands, it rekindled hope for a long-awaited third temple.
The Six-Day War was a miracle of biblical proportions and was a cataclysmic opening of a new era for Israel and for the whole world.
Rabbi Chaim Richman of the Temple Institute is dedicated to rebuilding the Jewish temple. He sees the time since the Six-Day War as a prophetic shift.
It would be hard, I think, not to see what's happened in the past 50 years as a tremendous jumpstart, a tremendous fast forward. It's more than prophetic. It's like a kiss from heaven, you know, it's like a divine kiss. It's an intimate brush with the reality of God's compassion and love. And he keeps his promises.
The Institute shares a key connection to the battle for Jerusalem. Its founder, Rabbi Yisrael